At this point, I feel like we're so desperate as Nintendo fans, we'll just about take anything. Yo, what's poppin', Shinobi Gang? It's your boy Kai Ninja. Today we got a really interesting, a very nice stream that's gonna be going on. Look, this is gonna be juicy. I'm letting you know ahead of time. Like, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. This is gonna be one hefty stream right here, no lie. So today we're gonna be talking about my hopes and somewhat predictions of what I think might be at E3 this year. And as y'all know, E3 is in 3 days. It starts in 3 days. Nintendo's is on the 15th. I'm excited for the 15th, but I'm also excited for the start of E3 because every other company has games that I'm also interested in as well. So we're going to kind of be covering all of that and talking about all of that. So these are my hopes. And I mean, again, these are just hopes, and most likely knowing Nintendo and whatnot, they're gonna screw us over. We're gonna just not get anything that we really wanted, or it's not gonna be as good as I'm gonna probably make it sound. This is just wishful thinking for the most part, and what I hope will turn out to be true. I mean, there's no telling at this point. By the way, if you are watching right now, do your boy a favor, hit the like button, show me some love. Let's try to get this to like 6-7 likes, something like that. All right, so first and foremost, what do I think is going to be happening, or what's going to show up at E3? Well, again, this is wishful thinking. I have a feeling that this is not going to happen, but I'm really hoping for this. I'm hoping we get the new Switch Pro, because why not? Everybody wants the Switch Pro. The time is now. This is the time when we all want to hear about it. Nintendo, we're primed. We're ready. Give us the Switch Pro. So you want it to be with the 4K resolution support coming from the dock. It's got to have some sort of 4K resolution support. This one is going to be kind of crazy, okay? So native voice chat on the console itself. Whether that means they finally let us use Discord, or whether that means we're going to be using some sort of Nintendo native thing, or they're going to integrate the app into the console somehow. Something along those lines. And I also like to see some sort of messaging system, because most of the people that play Nintendo are old enough to know how to type a message out to each other. And if you don't want us, if you want to make sure you're protecting those of us that aren't, you know what I'm saying, using your console, and maybe they're younger or underage or whatever, you can just put parental controls on so they can't even access that feature. We also need an invite system on the console itself. No excuses, no ifs, ands, or buts. This freaking invite system that we have right here, let's just go to this. This invite system that we have right here is what? It's never used. There's only one game that uses it, and that's Apex Legends. No other game supports it right now, at least to my knowledge. We need a viable invite system, or incorporate it in all games. Like, what is this? Why is this even here? What the freak is that, right? Like, what is that? We need support. We need help. We need upgrades. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, moving past that. Invite system, we need themes. We currently only have light theme and dark theme. You might as well not even included a whole segment inside of the system settings for themes if it was just going to be those two. Why is there a whole setting right there for it? Like, you could have just put that in the system tab or something down at the bottom or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't make sense that we have a whole tab that's just not even really being used. Kind of crazy. So next, we need folders. I don't know if you guys are like me, but if you have a lot of games, you want to be able to organize these games. Like, you don't want to have to scroll all the way to the right and then go down and try to find your game. You want to have a folder. RPGs, fighting, beat 'em up games, whatever, action RPGs, things of that nature. Simulation games. You know, you want to have racing games, etc. You want to have all of that able to be categorized so you can just go find it easily. Maybe we could easily just have like 4 or 5 folders here and have all your games right there and know which one you're about to go click on, like, very easily. We really need those folders ASAP. This is something that I think the Nintendo Switch needs desperately, like, ooh, so desperately. I'm not even kidding when I say this. You guys see this right here? A microphone. It needs a microphone built into the console itself. No joke, built right smack dab in that bitch. Like, we need to have a microphone built into it so we don't gotta plug headphones in and all this other stuff. And we need the ability to turn down the game chat and have the party chat separate or whatever, and be able to level it out however loud we want it to be. Would make more sense, right? Remember, I know this is wishful thinking. Don't get me wrong. I know this is wishful thinking, but yo, we need that. Nintendo, we need that. We need that OLED display. The bezels on the current Switch are freaking look like a Roblox character. It's so big, it's bulky, it's in the way. We need upgrades, like seriously, right? And yo, don't even get me started on the Joy-Con drift. Like, this is the thing. If we can have a Pro controller that experiences little to no drift at all, even out of all of the controllers out there in the wild, you've probably only heard of like 0.001% of them, and those are probably people that sit on their controller or just smack their controller sticks back and forth, or punch it or throw it or let their dog chew it, and then it's got Joy-Con drift. We need Joy-Con drift-less Joy-Cons, if that makes sense. I hope that made sense. I'm trying to make it make sense, right? All right, so next, moving on. We need better controllers which have symmetrical analog sticks. You know, or just make the controller or the Joy-Cons on the Nintendo Switch more ergonomical, so it feels better to hold in your hand and it will be easier to aim and stuff like that. Because currently, I don't see myself wanting to play no shooting games on that. And God forbid Metroid comes out on that and we gotta try to aim, and then they got a multiplayer or something on Metroid. We're gonna get into that later, but God forbid Call of Duty or something drops on that. How the heck? We're not gonna be able to aim with that. So we need some symmetrical joysticks that are like, you know, so it feels good, it feels hard, and you can aim properly. Like, they should at least give us the option, because currently it comes with this one, the one that's like not symmetrical, and they're like, you know, like this pretty much. They need to at least give us an option to buy a right Joy-Con that has that joystick like symmetrical. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, we really need it. Also, I'd say we need a D-pad to return. If this is the Pro version of the console, I'm pretty sure nobody's really worried about like trying to set it in tabletop mode and pass one of your Joy-Cons to your bro and another one to your sister or whatever, and I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna be worried about that. This is the Pro version for pro gamers, or for gamers that are really serious about gaming. So they need to give us those features. We might even need to go ahead and get some the buttons on the back of the controller. Like, you guys see this? This right here is my Xbox Series 2 Elite controller, right? Removable joysticks, removable D-pad. You can customize it how you want. Maybe just give us the option to do that. That'll work too. Shit, we'll take that. At this point, I feel like we're so desperate as Nintendo fans, we'll just about take anything. Like, let's be real, just about anything, right? So we need that D-pad to return, hopefully. Another thing that I'm expecting to see when you go into a Pro version of the console, what I would expect to see is that we're gonna get faster load times, faster internet, like literally fast. We need that ASAP. Actual native Bluetooth like support. We can plug our Bluetooth headphones and use a Bluetooth keyboard to type if we're playing Monster Hunters or something that has the ability to type on it, or an MMORPG or something like that. And last, after this, we need to get the eShop music to return. I can't even begin to explain how much of my childhood actually felt so good to know that I just got me an eShop gift card, and I'm like browsing through the eShop trying to find a new game, and you just hear this dun 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 dun. Bro, yo, we need some eShop music. Like, it sticks in your head, like it really gets in your head, and you get this vibe every time you go to buy a game. You get this good vibe of just like, you know what I'm saying, like, ooh, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm a big audiophile, so I like a lot of music stuff. We need eShop music to return, like, no lie. If we get that, I'll be happy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be happy. That's a small little thing, but I'll still be happy, right? So this is a big one. What I'm about to talk about right here, huge, right? This actually could change the entire console in the sense of its connectivity and how connected you feel with other players. If you notice, what does PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, no, not 360, Xbox X, Series X, and the One X all have in common? They all have some sort of community feature where they can share their gameplay clips, they can share their screenshots, something along those lines where you can find other players to play with, right? We need that on the Switch. And shit, why not revamp Miiverse? Bring it back and allow us to share our gameplay clips and our whatever. Why are we getting rid of community features? Like, what is this? Nintendo wants us to have a console that exists in the time before the internet even existed. That's how I feel like they're trying to treat us right now. Like, it's kind of crazy, like, to think we got a console and they're like, we're on punishment, and some of us are adults, can't even message or invite or none of that. No community features, no nothing, no internet browser. Bro, what is this? You know, what is this? And I do believe when they announced the Nintendo Switch, they said we'd have the ability to stream the games, like, off the console itself. So since they didn't actually give us that and they tricked us and said, oh yeah, you'll have the ability to stream the games, I think what they really was trying to say, they used it like they tried to be slick. They really meant like, yeah, sure, you can stream our games, but you gotta buy a capture card, you gotta set everything up all on your own, and it's not gonna be right on the Switch. We need native support on the consoles themselves to be able to stream directly to Twitch, YouTube, etc. right there from the console itself, and without having to connect to no computer, no nothing. And this is why it goes hand in hand with having that microphone right on the console. Y'all following me now? Have that microphone on the console. Now you can stream your games directly to Twitch and YouTube and etc, and you don't have to worry about having to have something external plugged up, or you can just pop in headphones and have your own little headset and stuff plugged in. That would be fire. Like, seriously, no joke. And another thing that we got to talk about, what are we doing? It is 2021. We don't have Netflix on the Nintendo Switch. So if we got Netflix on the Switch Pro, I'll be happy. Like, that's good. That's good for me. Not good enough. It's got to have a lot more other features, but we definitely need Netflix. Like, bro, you can't even get your Netflix and chill on. And you know why I think Nintendo didn't include Netflix on the Nintendo Switch? I'm going to be real with you. This is why. The term Netflix and chill, everybody here knows what the fuck that means, right? Everyone here knows what that means. I think Nintendo took that term and they were like, we don't want people to be able to Netflix and chill with our console that we want to be family friendly with. Like, what the freak? Like, let us Netflix and chill, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, why we can't do that? Another thing, there's been rumors going around for a while now, like a long time. People have been talking about, there was this whole segment where something was happening in the Apple lawsuit, and Microsoft chimed in and they talked about something that they had going on with Nintendo. People were speculating there was supposed to be Xbox Game Pass. I'm saying if we can get Xbox Game Pass on the Switch Pro, and the reason why it'll work on the Switch Pro is because it has better internet and connectivity, that would be so fire. No lie. Stupid fire. It would be crazy. Like, yo, this console would literally just take a fat, steaming hot turd on every other one of them. All of them. Because it's portable and it has all these other features that go along with it. It would be crazy. Another thing, I don't want to skip over this. We need the ability to record longer videos. 30 seconds is not enough. It really ain't. We need more than 30 seconds. Like, give us 10 minutes at minimum. At most, let's say 30 minutes. But we need at least 10 minutes. Like, it don't make sense that I gotta literally... Look at this. While I did capture the clip pretty well, it would have been nice for me to show the whole fight, right? You know what I'm saying? It would have been nice to show the whole fight. But I couldn't. Because Nintendo only gives us freaking 30 seconds. Like, what is 30 seconds? That's a teaser. That's not no real games. Like, all right, if you're only gonna give us 30 seconds, at least let us share it somewhere besides Twitter. You're already supporting Twitter. Why not just make the Miiverse come back? Something along those lines. You know what I mean? It's just wild. That's all I got. So, anyways, the longer clips would be much better as well. So if we can get all of those things, oh my God. Or if we can at least get a couple of those things, yes, I'll be happy. Like, I'll be satisfied. No lie. Like, completely satisfied. All right, next, moving on to, you know, like some of the games on the games side of things. What do I expect to see, or what do I hope to see at E3? So we're gonna start with the game that is not even confirmed to come to the Nintendo Switch. We'll get to the Nintendo Switch right after these two that I'm about to talk about. The first one is Final Fantasy 16. y'all may not know it, but I'm a big Final Fantasy head. Like, I'm crazy about Final Fantasy. I've played every single Final Fantasy game to date, every one of them. So what do I want to see out of Final Fantasy 16? Well, I want to see some, obviously, gameplay. You know, they better show us some actual gameplay, not just another freaking trailer for the game. You know, that's really what I'm hoping for. I want to see battle gameplay. I want them to show us the gameplay from the actual battle and show some of the battle mechanics. Show us some of the info on the story as well, and like what universe this game takes place in, and like what's happening, the timeline kind of things. Show us some of the weapons and customization options, maybe armor or whatever. Can you create a custom character? We want to know all of that. And last and certainly most important, when is the definite release date? We want a definite release date or a release window at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what I'm hoping for with Final Fantasy 16. Now, this next game is something that's extremely near and dear to my heart. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Before I even did anything on YouTube, this game is one of the games that really took over my life for the longest. Like, for the longest. More than Smash Bros, more than Call of Duty, more than Pokemon, more than any game I've ever played. Freaking Metal Gear Solid, bro. So there's been a rumor that's been floating around that they're remaking Metal Gear Solid 1 from the ground up, and it's supposed to be getting a revamp similar to that of Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I'm hoping that they do come with some sort of like actual, you know, Metal Gear Solid remake, and we hear some news of that. I want to know if is this going to be the original game that's being remade, or is this going to be number 2? Is it going to be 1 and 2? You know what I'm saying? And the most important aspect is, will the game have Metal Gear Online included, which is the online mode that lets you like shoot and fight and all that against other people, and it's kind of somewhat similar to Call of Duty, but it's third person. I'm a big fan of third person shooters, like no other, no lie. And especially with the stealth tactics and the customization options that Metal Gear Online used to come with, bro, I'm telling you right now, I will lose it. Y'all won't hear from, well, if you will hear from me every single day, and my streams will probably be 7-8 hours long, because I'm gonna be playing that game until I can't no more, until I'm falling asleep in my chair, like no lie. And I also want to know if we can get like some gameplay of it, of Metal Gear Solid, or at least just an announcement trailer. I'm at this point, I'm so desperate for it. I'll take just that. Like, I'm good with just that. You know what I'm saying? Next, I also want to know, is Hideo Kojima gonna actually take part in the development or not? Because in an interview, he said that he actually wouldn't mind rekindling things with Konami, but on different terms. So will he be taking part in this Metal Gear Solid remake or not? I don't know. This is just what I hope. All right, next, let's get into the juicy meat of this whole entire thing. Breath of the Wild 2. Breath of the Wild 2. Let's talk about that right now. We have to. All right. So we're going to Breath of the Wild 2. Yo, look, can we get a 1 in the chat if you are hyped for Breath of the Wild 2? Just spam it with 1s right now. I know I'm not the only person. Like, when I think about this game, it literally makes my heart kind of beat a little bit fast, especially when I know that we're like 5 days or 6 days away from them announcing the game and details on the game and all that. I'm so hyped. It's crazy. Y'all don't even understand how hyped I am. I played Breath of the Wild 1 for so many hours, bro. I put like over 600 hours into that game. No lie. And I remember being up late night on my birthday, playing the crap out of Breath of the Wild, just sitting there, just so happy, smiling. It was like 4 in the morning. I'd been playing all day. I woke up that morning, did not brush my teeth, did not eat, did not do nothing. Just started up my Nintendo Switch on the TV and started playing. And I played all day. Finally brushed my teeth around like 2 or 3 o'clock, right before I ate. And then I came right back to the game and started playing again. And when I went to the bathroom, I brought the Switch with me. When I went to brush my teeth, I brought it just to just sit there and just look at it, because I was so happy to have Breath of the Wild, right? So let's talk about what we want to see with Breath of the Wild. This is the important part, because I got a lot of stuff to talk about. So first, what I'm gonna say is we obviously need to see some gameplay. Like I mean, that's a given at this time. You already gave us like a nice little reveal trailer, Nintendo. We need gameplay, like out the gate. Don't start with the cinematics or none of that. Just show the title, let the title thing just flash, and just show the gameplay. Like right there, boom, gameplay, and then let it flash between like story cutscenes and all that. Yes, that's what we need right there. Also, I hope they display some sort of new mechanics. Like don't just take Breath of the Wild that we have and just rescan it with a new story and leave everything the same. Even if they did do that, I'd be fine with it, because Breath of the Wild is already such a great game that it's like, I'll take that. But I'm hoping, let's get some new mechanics, like something new, something different. It can't just be the same thing. You know what I mean? I'm hoping for multiplayer, either similar to the Four Swords or like its own little standalone thing that's like, you know, where you can actually customize your version of Link, or you can play as Zelda and you can customize her as well, and y'all, because they showed Zelda and Link in the trailer traveling together, so it's like that kind of gives me the idea that like we're gonna have some sort of co-op going on or something. And I'm hoping that we can each take our, kind of how like Dark Souls works, you can kind of take your armor from your world and the items that you collected in your world and take it to someone else's world and help them out and things of that nature. That would be so fire. And you know, custom armor, custom weapons, all that, your custom character, bro. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I've been thinking about this for so long. I'm so excited about it. I have so much to say. So I'm just hoping that we can like transfer our characters and our progress like with that character over to each other's world. So I'm hoping that with the multiplayer that we're gonna get some sort of ability to like PvP or player versus player, or to hurt one another, and we can create our own little player versus player systems where you just kind of kill each other or whatever for fun, you know, just to just challenge and just show who's got the better combat skills and things of that nature. That'd be fire, no lie. Like, I'd be very, very, very interested in that. And this is something that I actually saw a rumor about going around on Twitter and a couple news sites as well. They were rumoring that there's going to be a leveling system or some sort of leveling weapons and armor system that's deeper than the current system we have. So the current system we have, you can kind of like find weapons that are like +1 or +2, but there's no real way to actually go and get those weapons to be +1 or +2. You have to just find them out in the world. And the same thing with the armor. You find the armor, then you take it to one of the great fairies and you can show boost your armor or whatever. But they were saying how there's supposed to be like a deeper leveling system and armor upgrade system than the previous Breath of the Wild, and a level system for Link as well. Sounds wild, I know. It sounds wild. We've never had that in a Zelda game ever. So I don't know. When I saw it, I was like, I doubt it. But when I thought about it, I was like, that sounds so fire. Like, that sounds super, super, super dope. Like, I'm down. I'd be happy with that. I mean, I'm pretty sure most people would actually be happy with that, right? Another thing I'd like to see. Let's get the story reveal. Like, what's the story? What's the timeline? When is this taking place? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we going to be like actually in Hyrule? Is it gonna be post after Ganon got destroyed Hyrule, or before Ganon destroyed Hyrule? Are we gonna be in Termina? Where are we gonna be? Like, where are we gonna be at in this new Breath of the Wild game? You know what I'm saying? What region are we gonna be in? That's what I want to know. Is Hyrule gonna be restored, or are we gonna be actually aiding and rebuilding Hyrule? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, I'm just curious to find that out as well. Another thing I'd like to know is, what's the actual antagonist? So if we defeated Blight Ganon, then are we going to be fighting the actual normal Ganondorf now, or are we going to be fighting something else, or what's the deal? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know as well. Let's see something about actual dungeons. Let's get rid of the shrines. The shrines are too short. They just don't give the same vibe as like going through a cave or going through a whatever, and you're just traveling deeper and deeper and you're killing monsters, mini bosses, all that. It's not the same vibe. You know, I'd like to get that vibe, and that's what I'm hoping for, is that we'll get some dungeons, actual dungeons. We do away with the shrines, do away with divine beasts, and just straight up dungeon system back in the game. Finding keys and finding all deep dungeons to take 30 minutes to complete type of stuff. Not no 5-minute shrine or 2-minute or 30-second shrine. But like, that just really messes it up. You know what I mean? That messes it up for me. Next, I'd like to see more NPCs populating the world throughout Hyrule. I'd like to see more NPCs like roaming around and like, you know, having fun and interacting with one another. That's something I'd like to see. Finding shrines, yes, it hurts. Like, why do we have to find the quote unquote dungeon part of the game? And that's supposed to be one of the main aspects of the game, or one of the big aspects of the game, you know? When they first announced Breath of the Wild, they made it sound like there were going to be dungeons and you can complete them in any order, and it was going to be cool because of that. No, and that you can revisit them. That's how they made it sound. No, these are shrines. You have to actually find them, and then it's like 1,000 of them. Not really, but there's like 50 or something like that, and it's just very annoying to have to go searching and finding them all and all that. We should just have find the dungeon, but it should be like a deep dungeon, you know what I mean? Like, I hope I'm making sense here. Another thing I'd like to see is more variations of monsters and not just recolors of the same ones, because the Bokoblins, bro, we have like 3 or 4 different colors of them janks to demonstrate the different levels of strength they have. You got the gold, you got the white, you got the red, and then you have the blue ones. And it's like, they're all the same freaking monster, just with different weapons and armor. And that's like not even really that interesting to me. Like, then you got the Lizafos or whatever, same thing, different colors. The Bat Jinx, same colors. Couple of the Slimes, same colors. Bro, it's the same monsters. Like, we got like 4 or 5 monsters in the game. Can we get more monsters? You know what I mean? Can we get far more monsters? The Lionels, we got those. We need more than just that. Like, and not just different color variations. We need like different monsters that actually like in-depth different beasts, you know what I mean, with different fighting styles and things like that. And we need to see some armors and weapons. I just want to see new armors and weapons, not the same thing from this current game, you know what I mean? And that's really my thoughts on it. Another thing, this is just wishful thinking, and that's why I saved this for last. I'm hoping that we get more runes that can do other things. Maybe have the grappling hook return back to the game. It's been in almost every single Zelda game, but it's not in this one. And I guess that gets rid of it because we have Rivali's Gale or whatever, but that's not the same thing as the grappling hook. You know, it kind of gives you a different vibe when you got to search for stuff to grapple onto, or you're just stuck and then you realize, oh, I'm supposed to grapple onto this to get to this new area or whatever. Let us get the grappling hook back. We need that back. Like, that would be cool, you know? That's just it. I also want to know, are we going to be able to use masks? Are we going to get like the mask so we can play as a Goron or as a Zora or the Deku Shrub or any of that? Are we going to get some type of mask or something like that? I'm just curious. Like, I want to know all the details around this game. That's really the thing for me. Now, moving on, we're going to talk about Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now, I'm not too crazy excited about this. I think that the hype for Pokemon has just died down for me when I realized that the Pokemon company are just pretty much doing half-ass creations when it comes to like the Pokemon franchise. They're not really throwing their all into it, and they're reusing animations instead of like actually like sprucing them up a bit or actually showing the monsters doing the attacks and stuff like that. So with Legends Arceus, I hope to see them actually showcasing the actual attacks. I hope to see gameplay of battle. I hope to see what the Pokédex is like. Also, I'm hoping that we can maybe see what the multiplayer is going to be like, because I mean, it's not a Pokemon game without multiplayer. And also, when they did the reveal trailer, it just wasn't that good. And why I say it wasn't that good is literally because the frame rate was choppy. It just looked like it was going to just crash the Nintendo Switch anytime you ran that or anything like that. So I'm hoping that we have higher frame rates or better frame rates, and maybe if we got that new Switch Pro, this will boost it and make it even better. I'd like to also know what is give us a breakdown of what the action-based features are in this game, because they've been saying that this is supposed to be a quote-unquote action RPG. I know, but Ulysses, that was, I mean, not Ulysses, Two Flames, that wasn't really like actual battle. Like, they didn't show like in depth what the battle is gonna be like and how it's actually gonna go, and this is turn-based and all. They didn't show that. You know, I want to know like deep what is going on with the battle system. Is it the same exact little turn-based thing or what? Because they said this is an action RPG now, so I want to see some of the action-based features. Also want to see some of the character customization. Are we going to be able to customize our characters? That's what I want to know about Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'm not really too excited or too crazy about it, to be honest, because like I said, the Pokemon games have kind of just been let down somewhat for me. I mean, I still play them, I still enjoy them, and I'm still like, yeah, it's Pokemon, it's nostalgic, but it's not really the same. So next, we're going to move on to Shin Megami Tensei. Hold on one second. There was a fan-made one, it was pretty good. Yeah, I think I saw that fan-made one, and they were supposed to be adding like multiplayer and all that. I'm interested still either way to see if the Pokemon company is actually going to do something like legit with this, or are we just going to be wasting our time. Next we got Shin Megami Tensei. I want to know what's the universe gonna be like that this game is gonna be taking place in? Are we gonna have the same personas, or are new ones gonna be coming? Also, I want to see some gameplay, like actual gameplay, not some weird, not making any sense type of trailer that's just strange and weird, just showing the camera panning around. It doesn't really. I want to know the theme of the world of the game. Like, are we in apocalypse? What is the deal with this? Also, one of the most important things about Shin Megami, about Persona games, is the music. So I hope they reveal some of the music to us so we can hear how some of that music is in that game. Now we're gonna move on. Smash Ultimate. Smash Ultimate. We're gonna talk about this. What do I expect to see or hope to see? It's really more so hope. I expect and I know we're gonna get a new character reveal, but what am I hoping to really see, like, other than just the idea that there's a character reveal? What character do I want? What else do I want? Whoa, let's get into it. So first, I'm hoping that we get like Ryu Hayabusa, the ninja from Ninja Gaiden. I want him to come to the game and have his ninjutsus and all his swords and all these other attacks and everything. It would be so fire to have an actual decent and cool like ninja character in the game. It would be fire. That's what I really hope for. If we don't get it, then give us a Monster Hunter character. And this is what I want with the Monster Hunter character. I really want this. Like, I'm not even lying. This is probably #1 on my list. No lie. So the Monster Hunter character, I want to have changeable weapons using down B, in Smash. Kind of like how Shulk has the wheel or whatever, and how Pyro and Mythic can switch between each other. And how the hero can open a command prompt. I want a Monster Hunter character to be able to press down B and then open up a storage box where he can see all of his equipment, and you can see it in a list, and you just click which class you want to switch to. And then when you switch to that class, the weapon will switch, but then your stats change. So your strength, your speed, your etc will come into play. And what I also expect to see is a sharpness meter for this character, where you'll have to stop randomly and maybe you have to shield and press B, kind of how you have to do with Minecraft Steve to summon his building block. I think that the sharpness, once that goes down, you have to press shield and B, and he'll have to sharpen his weapon again, kind of like how Inkling has to recharge his ink. That'd be so fire. Don't even lie. That would be stupid fire. That would be like the best Smash Bros character ever, like, created. Period. And it will be just in time to promote Monster Hunter Rise, just in time to also promote Monster Hunter Stories. And I say that just in time to promote because Smash Bros is ultimately like a promotional fighting game where they promote these other games to make people not only happy, the fans of those games, but to make them also want to play those games. The sales of just about every single game that's had a Smash character reveal jumped up super high every single time. So that's what I'm hoping for as far as a Monster Hunter character. That's my #1 character on this whole list. I got a list though. We're gonna keep going. We as fans have been asking for years for Waluigi. It's even gotten to the point where we've had to like do mods and stuff to get Waluigi in the game ourselves, which is pretty ridiculous, because why do you have all these Mario characters and Waluigi's the only one left out? Seriously freaking confusing, no lie. And he's just a freaking trophy. Like, yo, bring him into the game. Like, that we still want to see him come to the game. Would y'all complain if y'all saw Waluigi come to the game? Don't even lie, tell the truth. Would you guys complain if you saw Waluigi come to the game? I think the answer from everybody is pretty much going to be no, to be honest with you. But you can put your answers in the chat right now, and I'll read them out in a bit. Next character that I would like to see, maybe a new Splatoon character that doesn't have the roller brush though. That's the main thing for me. No roller brush. None. No roller brush. Two Flame says he'd pop off but not be mad. Is that a good type of pop off, or is that a pop off like you gonna be pissed off and you gonna get up and get buck with your screen and be like, what the fuck is this? What you dare put? You gonna be mad like that, or are you talking you gonna just pop off like, yo? Like, I'm trying to figure out what you mean. Somebody says, if we were to get a Pokemon, I would want Cinderace or Infernape. I wouldn't be surprised if we got Oshawott or Urshifu. Well, Urshifu or Urshifu or whatever, however you say his name, that wouldn't be a bad addition to the game, seeing as it's already like a fighting type Pokemon's got multiple forms as well, could make it a bit interesting also. and you could use that for its alts also, and maybe even have a shiny version of them or something like that. I wouldn't mind. Two Flame said it would be a good pop-off. Word. Mew says, if Waluigi got added, my life would be complete. Damn! See, this is what I'm talking about, Nintendo. Do you see how your fans feel? How the people in the community that play your games feel? This is how we feel. We want Waluigi. Add him to the game. It just makes the game more complete. This is not really the Smash Ultimate without Waluigi. He's missing. It's just weird to have him missing like that, right? So the next character I'd like to see, like we were just talking about, is a Pokemon character. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be mad. I'd be kind of like, oh wow, new Pokemon character. That's pretty cool. And I wouldn't complain. I'd be happy for everybody else that gets their character, but I'd also be happy to pick up a Pokemon character and actually try one. You know what I mean? Like, I see Ulysses talking about Blaziken right there. I wouldn't mind a Blaziken being added to the game. No lie. I would not mind. No lie. So, all right. So, one thing I want to note, it's a hell mother freaking no to Doom Guy and hell no to Master Chief. No. We don't want no parts of that. Stay in Halo and stay in Doom. We don't want no parts of that. And it's unlikely to happen anyway. Hopefully. I mean, we got Banjo. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't happen. But then again, Nintendo is trying to strengthen their relationship with Microsoft, and we're hearing these rumors of the Xbox Game Pass. So we don't really know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see it. I really don't want to see it. I'm just going to be real with you. Just not interested. It's not because I hate the games that they're from or I hate the characters. It's just I'm not interested in seeing them as a Smash Bros character. You know, that's just my whole opinion on it. All right, so another character I'd like to see. This was mentioned to me by Sephiroth on Twitter, and I've also had a bunch of other people that's been like telling me they want to see this character added as well. Dante from Devil May Cry. And I think it would be a good idea. But I also think that people would probably be a bit mad because there's another sword character being added to the game. And what Sephiroth was saying is that he thinks that Dante could also work similar to how I was saying the Monster Hunter character would work. That Dante would be able to switch through his certain like styles or whatever, where he can use guns, his magic, his sword, etc., etc. I think that'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't even mind. Xenon says Chun-Li. Ooh, I haven't seen nobody say that, actually. To be real, I haven't seen anyone say Chun-Li. Let's see. I got one more character. Now, this one is very interesting, okay? So we're going to talk about this. I want to see. I don't know if you guys know who this is. Maybe I should pull it up on the screen. I don't know. But I want to see Raiden from Metal Gear Solid. And he should come with his HF Lightning Blade as well. In his robotic form, not in his human form. His human form can be one of the alts or something like that. I want to see Raiden from Metal Gear Solid added to the game with his electric abilities and all that. It would be stupid fire. That would literally be so dope. We already got one Metal Gear Solid character. You see now we got 2 Final Fantasy characters. Shit, if they're going to be doing another Metal Gear Solid remake, well, it would make sense to throw Raiden in there. That'd be pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I'd be down for that. But with Raiden, you should look him up. Go ahead and check him out. Did somebody just say Kratos? If we got Kratos, that'd be wild too. But Nintendo and Sony are not on good terms. Like, Sony is literally on this super competitive mindset right now. We want to dominate the entire industry. We're not sharing. We're not working with nobody. That's how they want to be. For real, for real. It's a miracle that we got them to open up to be able to do cross-play with games like Call of Duty and Minecraft and things like that. It's a miracle that even happened. So I don't know about that, about Kratos happening. I highly doubt it. Unless Nintendo and Sony been doing some magic behind the scenes, I highly doubt that. All right, so next, let's talk about what else I'd like to see added to Smash Bros. So we need a new Smash mode that's like Adventure Mode, but you can do it with your friends. Maybe something like Subspace Emissary or something like that. And you know how on like the 3DS and the Wii U version of Smash 4, we could customize our characters and their movesets and the strengths and things like that? I'd like to see something like that. That would be so freaking fire. Like, that'd be dope. But I highly doubt we're gonna get it. Also, I'd like to see us with the ability to finally invite people to our arenas. You know, like, why can't we invite people to join our arenas? Most of the time, you have to just be searching for arenas in order to find out your friends even have an arena. You know what I mean? So why can't we invite people to our arenas? It'd make a lot of sense to be able to use this invite system that we have right here, guys. It would make sense if they utilize this invite system to let us invite people to play Smash Bros with us. Why can't we do that? That's so strange to me. It doesn't make any sense. Nintendo thinks backwards, bro. We're gonna add a feature, but guess what? We're not gonna use it. Most people are like, or most companies are like, if we add a feature, we're gonna use it and they're gonna love this feature. Nope, Nintendo's like, let's add a feature, show them what we can do, and then just not use it. Let's just ignore it. Makes no sense. Update the game, add the invite system, Nintendo, to Smash Bros. Please, ASAP. And I'd like to see upgrades to the online mode. Like the online is got like 15 frames or 5 frames of delay, and then the Pro controller's got like 4 frames of delay, and then that creates like 9 frames of delay. And you gotta usually you have to be accustomed to playing in lag when it comes to Smash Bros. You gotta be accustomed to playing with lag in order to be good on Wi-Fi. But when you play offline, the game feels way different, way more smooth. Let's get some upgrades to the online system. And let's get some upgrades to the arena system. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about the arena system in Smash Bros. And what upgrades we need to see in that. So first, I'd like to see the ability to fight CPUs while you wait. That way you don't have to always just watch people and spectate them. Let us fight CPUs and practice our combos and things like that. Or let us just get into fights with other people in the arena and like little segments of the boxing ring. Let's have one person fighting, 2 people fighting here, 2 more fighting here, 2 more here, 2 more here. And like have ability to have 4 people fighting at once. And you could choose who you want to spectate or something. Like that would make a lot more sense. Bring 8-player Smash, like Mew said. Bring 8-player Smash to online. Because why is it just an offline mode? Really strange as well, but I understand as well because it could be pushing the system to the next level. But if we get that new Nintendo Switch Pro, 8-player Smash, Nintendo, make it happen, let's get it, you know, like get on it. This is what I want to see in the arena system, and I want to also see the ability to change characters in between battles without having to back out of line, lose your place in line and all that. Quick play, I want the same thing. You can, if you click rematch with somebody, I want the ability to give you like 10 or 20 seconds for you to choose a new character if you want to change, and then you go back to fighting that person again. There's no reason that we should be stuck as the same characters, and if you want to fight somebody again, you got to back all the way out and try to, like, it's just, like, bro, it makes no sense. It really doesn't, right? So that's all I got to say about the Smash Bros. Stuff that I hope to see at E3. Next, we're going to move on to Metroid, we're going to move on to Bayonetta, and we're going to move on to Splatoon. So with Splatoon 3, what I hope to see is gameplay. Obviously, we want gameplay. Like, sure, we saw a little nice trailer and whatever, cinematic trailer. Let us get gameplay. You know, like, that would be so golden. The game, show us gameplay, graphic upgrades, new weapons, show us some new modes, and please, for the love of God, make it more adult friendly. Like, let's not just make it this whole very, very, very childish seeming game and like all that. Can we make it a little bit more adult friendly, just a teeny bit more adult friendly? You know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know, like I don't know how they would even do that, but I would hope that they'd be able to do that with the Apocalypse theme. Just make them go hand in hand. By the way, guys, I see we're getting a little bit of lag here. I do apologize. Just bear with me. It should be over with in a bit. And if we do lag a little bit too much, don't worry. The highlight video will be up of this stream, so you're not going to be missing anything. Also, those of you that are here, please do me a favor. Hit the like button. Let's get to 7 or 8 likes. Maybe we get to 10 likes. I don't know. Before the stream is over, I hope that we can get to 10 likes. But if we can't, it's fine. Not a big deal. Hit the like or dislike. Just interact with the button in some way for me. You're doing me a favor either way. Trust me. So anyways, let's continue. I'd like to see new weapons and a definite release date for Splatoon 3. Like, let us know exactly when to expect the game to come out. Those are my hopes. I also hope that they, add new weapon types where it's not just the same old weapon types. Like, and I want new modes and it's not just the same old modes. You know, that would be fire. And yes, like I said with all the other games, an invite system, for crying out loud. An invite system. We need it. We really need it. Like, what are we doing at this point? You can't invite nobody to no games. Like, they made an online gaming console without no online features. It's really strange, right? So let's move on past Splatoon. Let's go to Metroid. So with Metroid, I'd like to see the story reveal. Who's going to be the antagonist, where the story is going to be taking place, some of the gameplay mechanics as well. And I'd also like to see maybe some of Samus's new abilities, maybe new morph suits, maybe new like weapons or something that she's going to use. That'd be fire. And I want a definite release date on that as well. Bro, we've been waiting
too long for this. Give us a little bit of information, for crying out loud. They scrapped the whole other game. We didn't even know what they were working on and had to start back over from scratch. At least tell us what you're working on this time. We want to know. Like, we've been left in the dark for so long. So that's my thoughts on Metroid. Let's move on to Bayonetta 3. And I want to make something clear before I talk about this game. I'm not the hugest fan of Bayonetta. I'm really not. I mean, the game's cool, but it's just like one of those combo beat 'em up type of games, and I feel like those type of games kind of get old after a while, for me, at least me personally. So what I would say is, like, I just want to make that clear before we even talk about it. I'd like to see gameplay, updated graphics, new weapons and stuff that Bayonetta can do in combos and things of that nature, and the story setting. I'd like to know what's going on with the story setting and how that's going. That's it, really. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan, so there's not many questions that I really have. It's just kind of like, yeah, come on, just give it to me. I'll play it. I'm just gonna devour, consume this content, and move on with my life. You know what I mean? That's pretty much how it is. So those are my hopes. Those are my expectations for E3. And you know, what are your expectations? Let me know in the comments down below. If you watched all the way to this point of the video, clearly you enjoyed it somewhat. Or maybe you were just screaming at your screen the entire time telling me, no, that's never gonna happen. Either way, hit the thumbs up button or hit the dislike button, and turn on post notifications for the channel so you can tune into our future live streams. You can actually tune in live while we're doing it, because some of this stuff may not even make it into the final video. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care of yourselves. Deuces.